Glidden, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. Bobby from California, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, what's the second question, Bobby?
The second question, a year ago I had my appendix taken out before I knew about longevity. Would that make a big difference now that my appendix is gone?
No. Well, the appendix creates something called a beta cell. B like baby, beta, creates a beta cell, which is a component of the immune system. Most medical doctors think that the appendix is a remnant, and it's not.
I understand about the appendix. I heard of Dr. Wallace talk about it.
All right, so 99 times out of 100, the reason that people get an appendicitis problem, a problem with the appendix, is because of decades of trouble in the appendix caused by wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Okay?
Right.
So I'm assuming you're gluten-free, right?
I just started a month ago on that. Learn more about it, because I'm also a prescriber to your website.
Okay, good.
So I'm watching everything on there.
All right, good man. That makes you the smartest man in class, Bobby. But here, understand this, okay? That what we're doing here is filling up people's nutritional tanks with the supplements, and you're taking a lion's share of the supplements, and some things are getting better, but some things aren't. So the only time that medical nutrition doesn't work is if either you're not taking enough and you are taking enough, or you're not absorbing what you're taking, and because you've only been gluten-free for a month, your body is just not able to absorb what you're taking, which is why for 7 days I want you to take more sweeties and more EFAs kind of on a regular basis to see what happens. Now, with time, as you're more and more and more gluten-free, as more and more time goes by, your blood sugars will get better and better and better and better and better and better and better, and it's going to be in direct proportion to how far away you stay from the 10 bad foods, especially wheat, barley, rye, and oats. So I think that's the missing link for you, Bobby, is you just needed to be gluten-free years ago.
I noticed when I take the OFX Plus and the glucogels, which I think might be the shellfish, I just get raging mad when I take that stuff.
You get angry?
Oh, yeah. I just can't eat for like 5 or 15 minutes, but I switched over to the Cal Toddy. I don't have that problem, and I switched over to the King Calcium. And
in my opinion, the King Calcium is just a waste of money. I mean, I don't like the King Calcium whatsoever. Are you still getting kind of angry attacks when you have the glucogel?
Well, I didn't realize how much I was supposed to take, and I started increasing the amount I was supposed to take. Yeah. And I noticed I get edgy. Doesn't seem right.
With the glucogel?
Right. I was taking 20 a day, and then it was like, well, I get angry for like 15, 20 minutes.
All right. So that's interesting. So have you ever eaten shellfish or lobster?
Yeah, I mean, I own a restaurant, so it's like we sell shrimp and stuff like that. I'm going at a burrito place, sells burritos and tacos and stuff like that, and I go. So I have access to change my diet any way I like, steaks, whatever. But I just kind of noticed that. I don't know if I was allergic to shellfish. I never thought I was.
Well, you're having it. Yeah, that's a classical symptom of a food allergy. So what I would do is I would switch from the glucogel capsules to the glucogel liquid. Switch to the liquid. Get the glucogel plus liquid. The glucogel plus. It's a relatively new product, and see.
I saw it.
Whether or not you're okay with that, but I would stop the capsules after you're done with the next batch.
My sons and my wife take it, because in my restaurant I have a counter and I have all longevity products on there. So if people want to buy it, I have it stocked here.
Bobby, send me a picture of that. Send me a picture. Email me a picture of that, and I'll put it on my next webinar.
Okay. Yeah, I do that because customers come in and I go, hey, you can buy it from me cheaper. I buy in bulk here.
Yeah,
that's why I buy so much every month. But okay.
All right, very good. And you're a longevity business builder, yeah? Yeah. Okay, who's in your upline?
Somebody I met. What was I called? InfoWars. I was listening to Alex Jones one day. That's how I knew about Dr. Wallace.
Yeah. Okay. So is it Ashley James? Is it Ashley?
I can't remember her name. I only talked to her a few times. I just started.
All right, so here's what you want to do, man. You want to call Longevity customer service up. Call Longevity customer service. Find out who is in your upline. And call them and ask them how to build the business, because there is a way that you can do this retail that will work, and there's a way that you can do this retail that will not work. And you need to get in touch with your upline to have them help you figure out how to do it to your advantage, because there's a way that you can do this to your advantage here. You need some coaching and some training on how to do that. Okay.
Well, what I do is like me, my wife, and my sons are under me.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't have time to get into this with you, Bobby. My phone lines are all lit up, and I've got to move on to the next caller. But
that's fine.
Maybe you're doing it exactly right. Maybe not. You don't know what you don't know. So I would call my upline, get some support, and have them dial it in for you. You know, just the same way we need to dial in this blood sugar thing. If you get a little support, it goes a long way. But in any event, send me a picture, Bobby, and I'll put it on the next webinar. You're the greatest, man. Keep up the good work, and call me in a week. All right, you're welcome. Call me in a week. Going from California to Florida, if David is still with us, hanging on. David, thanks for the patience. You are live.
Good afternoon, Dr. Glidden.
Thanks for calling, David. How can I help?
Well, last summer, I experienced or developed 2 herniated discs in my back, and
ouch.
I'm at it's the first kind of really major injury or non-sports related injury that I've received in my life. I'm 44 years old, and
surprise, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't exercise anymore. I used to run, 5 times a week or so, and I didn't change my caloric intake, so I, put on some pounds, and I also looking for, and they were, I saw some MDs, and they told me there's no way I can regenerate my disc, and from what I understand from some of your protocols, that's not true, so I wanted to call in.
Okay, good. Do you have any, what was was there anything new in your life when this happened? I mean, had you, switched to hot yoga, or you became a vegan, or was there anything dramatically different about your lifestyle?
No, not really. It's funny. I went a few years with back pain now and again, but then it would go away after heating pads. But then, one day I was just sitting on a hard chair for about 5 hours, just writing a bunch of papers, and then when I got up, it just hit me. So, I can't point to a change in lifestyle. It's just, I guess maybe sitting down on some too hard of a stuff seems to trigger me.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, look, here's the deal. When a disc, an intervertebral disc, becomes herniated, it causes inflammation to the nerves and pain locally, because, there's a little piece of bodily tissue that's in an anatomical position that the body doesn't want it to be in, right? So it causes local irritation, and any number of things can happen depending on how hard it's pressing on a particular nerve or the extent of the herniation. One of the things that the body does when it experiences kind of an acute little trouble or stress, like a herniated disc pooching out of where it's supposed to be, is the muscles of your body, which immediately surround that part of your body, will clamp down to guard and protect that part of the body. So one of the causes of the pain of a herniated disc is not the herniation itself, it's the muscle spasticity around the herniation that's clamping down on itself to guard that part of the body. It's a curious defense mechanism that the body has developed. So one of the things that you can do to help the muscles to relax, interestingly enough, is to take an Epsom salts bath every night before bed. So if you have a bathtub in your house, do you have a bathtub, by the way?
I do.
All right, so you want to fill a tub with hot water, and I mean hot water. Not like just hot water out of the tap, not boiling water from the stove, hot water out of the tap, right, as hot as you can stand it.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1 tub of water, I want you to dump 1 pound of Epsom salts, 1 pound of Epsom salts. You can buy Epsom salts at any CVS or Walgreens, or, they sell it all over the place in these big 5-pound bags, right? It costs like $2 for a bag of Epsom salts or something stupid. Now, Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate. That's what it is. It's just flakes of magnesium sulfate. And the magnesium in the magnesium sulfate, when it's dissolved in the water, will leach into your skin. And one of the effects that magnesium has is it's a muscle relaxant. So you can really help the spastically or the chronically spastic muscles around the herniations to relax by taking an Epsom salts bath, daily for 7 or 10 days. You got to do this every night for 7 to 10 days, because after you get out of the bath, the muscles will spasm up a little bit more, and then you kind of have to coax them out of their spasticity. This is a really excellent way to help chronic muscle spasticity kind of let go its death grip and relax. That's from the outside. That's an external application. The internal application to facilitate this, well, lucky for you, is part of our Let's Support and Promote the Structure and Function of the Intervertebral Disc program. So you get a 2-for-1, and that, of course, would be the liquid calcium. So what's your body weight, man? How much do you weigh?
210.
All right. So here's what I would do for 90 days. For every month, for 3 months, I would do 2 healthy start packs. 2 healthy start packs. 2 healthy start packs. 2 bottles of Glucogel Plus liquid. 2 bottles of Glucogel at the 240 count. 2 Glucogel 240, 2 liquid Glucogel, 2 healthy start packs, 4 bottles of selenium, 4 bottles of selenium, and that's it. That's all that you need to do. Plus, you have to eliminate the 10 bad foods, because as you heard me talk about before, as we're pouring the nutrients into your body's tank, you want to stop the leaks so that they actually get into your blood before you poop them out, and you do that by eliminating the 10 bad foods. Now check this out every day for 3 months, and you should see slow and steady improvement. Now, you can even measure your height if you need to. Toll free, 866-582-9933, and if you want to order the supplements, that number, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696, and let me see, David, if you're still listening, here's some advice I want to give you. The intervertebral discs are among the slowest tissues in the body to heal because they have an extremely limited blood supply, right? The heart has tons of blood going to it, of course. You know, the skin, tons of blood. Everything has tons of blood except the toenails and the intervertebral discs. So the intervertebral discs will heal slowly. One of the things you can do to speed that process up is anything you can do to heat the intervertebral discs, because when you heat something, of course, it increases the blood flow to that particular part of the body. It increases the blood flow. So I recommend you do the Epsom salts bath, right? A couple, every night for a couple of weeks. If immediately before the Epsom salts bath you take 2 ounces of the Glucogel, 2 ounces of the Glucogel, because that's what you're going to need to do a day, is 2 ounces of the liquid Glucogel. When you're doing the Epsom salts bath, if you take the liquid Glucogel before you get into the tub, it will facilitate the deposition of the Glucogel, because you got Glucogel in your blood system now. After about 15 minutes, the Glucogel is going to be in your blood, more or less, maybe not even. And then if you sit in the tub, right, the Glucogel is going to be transported faster to where your body needs it. And that's the intervertebral discs. Another thing that you can do, you mentioned that you have heating pads. Well, if it suits your lifestyle, after you take a Glucogel dose of the capsules, if it's appropriate, you can put the heating pads on your back where the herniations are, and the heat there will make more blood flow there, which will facilitate the deposition of the Glucogel. How about that? So that's a good kind of workaround to support and promote the structure and function of the intervertebral discs in a faster way. Now, also, let's not neglect good new-fashioned chiropractic. And I'm a gigantic fan of chiropractic medicine, love chiropractic medicine. Just like anything else, there's good chiropractors, there's bad chiropractors. So I would fish around for somebody in your neck of the woods who's chiropractor, licensed chiropractor, who does spinal decompression and or applied kinesiology. If you can find a chiropractor who's versed in applied kinesiology, that's K-I-N-I-E-S-O-L-O-G-Y, kinesiology, applied kinesiology, and they have a spinal decompression machine. That's like those old-fashioned torture racks that used to put you on. Not really, but, the idea is the same. It stretches your back out gently and easily, which takes the stress off of the intervertebral discs being squished, right? It takes the stress off of the herniations. So, spinal decompression and applied kinesiology chiropractic on top of the medical nutrition program for herniated disc support, is just fantastic. And so the problem, of course, with any type of medicine, and I don't care if it's a chiropractor, if it's a naturopath, if it's a shaman in the rainforest in Brazil, or if it's an MD, working in the emergency room, right, which is the only ones we recommend anybody goes to see. There are good ones and there are bad ones. According to Harvard University, according to Harvard University, 51% of emergency room medical doctors are addicted to street drugs, alcohol, or prescription medication. 51%. You got to be kidding me. So, if you're ever unlucky enough to be transported to the ER, have your doctor drug tested before you let him close to you with a scalpel. And I am as serious as a heart attack. Say, look, Doc, I thanks for helping me. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But, I'd like you to do this drug test for me before I let you near me. See what they say. See what type of response you get. Heaven forbid you're transported to the ER, for goodness sake. But, all things being equal, it's time we fought back. And how do we fight back? We fight back by politely asking difficult questions. And the difficult questions really aren't that difficult. They're just honest, straightforward questions. Are you addicted to drugs? Are you addicted to alcohol? Are you on prescription medications in abundance right now? Are you taking substances into your body that are going to cloud your understanding of what's going on with me? For goodness sake, I'm going to let you enter my body with a scalpel and you're gorked out of your mind on cocaine? Well, I'd like to see some blood tests. I'd like to see a urinalysis first that proves to me you're clean and sober, and then I'm all yours, baby. Dr. Peter Glidden here, speaking to anyone who will listen, 866-582-9933. Going to New Hampshire, my old stomping grounds, New Hampshire. I think Gay's on the line. Hey, Gay, thanks for calling. You were live.
Well, good afternoon.
So how close are you to Mount Monadnock?
I live in Manchester.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. And
yeah.
I am a member of your monthly program.
Manchester. Well, that makes you the smartest girl in class. What do you think of the monthly program?
I like it. I'm very happy that I signed up for it. The only reason I discovered you is because I'm a member of Alex Jones' Prison Planet TV program.
What's
and
a
you
small
happen
world,
to be a
is that?
guest on it. That's the only reason I found out about you, to be quite honest.
Well, there you go. It's a small world. We do have a small footprint, but it's getting a little bit bigger every day, thanks to people
okay.
like you, Gay.
I was born with cerebral palsy in the 1940s, and I am lucky to be alive, and that goes for my mother as well. And
Okay.
I was born before the 7th month, and so I've had to deal with that all the ingratiating years. 64 now. So I started buying I used to buy supplements. May I mention another supplement company or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't. I think it's owned by Mr. Andrew Westman, and he produces his vitamins down in the state of Nevada, where it used to be in California someplace, and I think it's called yourvitamins.com, and so I have a bunch of those supplements. But then you talked about longevity and how you felt that was a superior product, so I'm willing to give anything a shot. Now, if you have swollen legs and feet, does that mean your lymphatic system is screwed up?
No, it means that you don't have enough protein in your blood. That's the most common cause of that is a lack of protein in the blood. And the most common cause of not enough protein in the blood is you're either not eating enough or you're not digesting the protein that you are eating. So, that begs the question, do you eat protein? I mean, are you a vegetarian or
yes,
what do you do?
I do eat protein. I'm on this dining room program that I live in public housing, and they have this dining room program that they want everybody to sign up with that's physically challenged.
Yeah.
And that program could, they serve us a lot of chicken. We can all become one.
Yeah, that's funny, right? Yeah.
I also have the skin problem. I think the medical community refers to it by a different name. Maybe it's due to circulation, but it has the same characteristics and traits as psoriasis does. And it's over my entire left leg. From just about the kneecap down on my right leg, it's down a little bit lower. It hasn't advanced all the way up. So I have bought longevity products. The first one I bought was as the heart and brain program. I like the selenium. I think my brain's working better since I started taking that. And then I just recently got diagnosed by my doctor. She claims I'm diabetic because I think I came out with a reading of that CT test where it's supposed to be like 6.0 and I came out with 7.0.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, that means you're a diabetic. You're type 2 diabetic.
Okay. And then the nurse squawked on me on the phone and told me, well, your blood's been running about 150, your sugar, for about 3 months now.
Yeah.
So they want me to put me on some oral medication. I don't even know what it is because I haven't picked it up. And she said, well, you'll probably end up with diarrhea until your body adjusts to it.
Well, all right. So listen.
So I think I like your program better. I'm not going to even pick up the diabetic stuff at all. I mean, as far as the oral medication, I'm not even going to pick it up.
Well, all right, so let me line this up for you and tell you what would be a prudent program for you to pursue for the next 90 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, so number one, because of the swelling in the legs, you have to make sure that you're salting your food appropriately. Are you salting your food?
I'm a salt nut. I buy one of those something beyond Morton salt. I buy a salt that's supposed to be Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
Out of a health food store, and it costs between I'd say $7 and $8 a container.
Okay, so you need, if you can find it, you want to get Himalayan salt or sea salt or Celtic salt that has iodine added to it. You need the iodine, okay? Iodine.
Now, just because it says it's sea salt doesn't mean necessarily it has iodine in it, right?
No, it's going to say right there on the label with iodine, right?
Oh, okay.
All right, so iodized salt is going to be better for you than salt without iodine in it, all right?
Okay. And I'm a salt freak, so I'm heavy on the salt. I also have high blood pressure, but,
Okay. All right. Well, not for long. All right, not for long. Here's what I'd like you to do every month. Now, from our point of view, type 2 diabetes is caused by a lack of a handful of minerals, especially chromium and vanadium. And thank God for Dr. Wallach, because he has developed a nutritional supplement that specifically supports and promotes healthy blood sugar levels in the body, okay?
And it's called Sweeties, right?
Yeah, that's Sweeties. And how much do you weigh?
I've already bought one bottle of that. That's all I have is one bottle, and I've been taking it this month. I've been taking three capsules a day, like it says 3 times. I've been taking 2 capsules for every time I eat instead of 1.
Okay, so how much do you weigh, Gay?
I would say I weigh 200 pounds.
All right, so in a perfect world, you'd be taking 8 Sweeties a day.
Oh, 8 sweets a day? Okay,
Eight-
this is only ATD. I'm writing about a day.
Yeah, 8
Okay.
sweeties. That means you
So
need
that
2
was
bottles.
a
You would need
recep-
2 bottles a month.
Okay, two bots a month. Okay.
Now,
All
the
right.
cheapest way to get that is in combination with the other stuff that you need, and it's called the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack.
Okay, I was thinking about ordering that.
Yeah. Now, in a perfect world, you need 2 Healthy Blood Sugar Packs a month.
Okay.
If that's
All right.
outside of the budget, I want you to get 1 Healthy Blood Sugar Pack a month
All right.
and 1 extra bottle of Sweeties a month.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Now,
Yeah.
now you said something about the skin condition when someone else had psoriasis, that you have some kind, that there were free radicals that have attacked the skin.
Yeah.
And you said something about the biotic something, the killer thing.
Yeah, okay, so you don't need killer biotic. What you need to do in this case, do you have a history of constipation?
I can be constipated sometimes, and other times I'm okay, and other times I can have diarrhea.
Yeah, okay,
Just
so,
switch 'em.
all right, so you need to eliminate wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
Okay, but it's safe to eat the bread that's so-called free.
Yeah, gluten-free. You can have as much
Gluten-free.
gluten-free bread as you want, but you need to eliminate the 10 bad foods yesterday.
Okay, now we had American chop suey today, so that I would assume that those macaronis in there were not gluten free. Can we make that assumption?
Yeah, that's correct. So I want you to tell the person in the cafeteria that you're allergic to gluten.
Okay.
You're not. But if you tell them that you're allergic to gluten, they will make sure that the food doesn't have gluten in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think the way it really works is just not have to eat that part of the dinner and compromise with my own stuff. They have a set program, and I'm sure that set program is based upon what the government tells them to do.
Yeah, right. Well, probably, right? That's kind of where we're at right now, right?
Yeah.
Regretfully. Yeah.
So next time they have American Chinese, I'll just not eat it at all. Today I ate it, but not.
Well, you can have everything else in it, just not the macaroni.
Okay, just remove the macaroni from it. Okay.
Yeah, that's an easy workaround, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't eat any of the bread there. I'll stop eating the bread that they serve. They serve a roll or a piece of bread I'll skip that because we're going to assume that that's not gluten-free either.
That's correct. That's guaranteed that's not gluten-free. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Now,
So
the other thing, there's
Yeah.
one more thing you can do to help the skin. That would be 1 extra bottle of EFA Plus a month. EFA Plus.
Plus a month, okay. Now, is the EFA Plus is it EFA Ultimate an upgrade from EFA Plus?
Well, yeah, but I want you to do the EFA Plus, which is easy because the EFA Plus is a component of the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack.
Okay, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and this skin situation itches,
Yeah, I bet that it does. Well, one thing that you can do when the itch becomes too much is you can take one of those EFA capsules. You can stick it with a
Poke hole in
pin.
it and put it on the skin directly.
Yeah, and see what happens. You bet.
Okay.
All right. And, of course, we don't want to overlook the obvious. One of the things that causes skin conditions to itch more than they need to is you're dehydrated.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So you want to...
When I bought one a number of months ago, I bought one of those water purification systems that can make the water alkaline or acidic, or you just put it through the first filter and that just purifies it. Is it all right to mix the tangerine and all that with alkaline water that's at level 3?
Yes, but the only drawback, well, that's perfectly fine. But I do not want you to drink alkalinized water during a meal.
Oh, okay.
If you can, you know what would be better is to drink acidic water during the meal.
Oh, acidic water. What level would you want that at?
Well,
they have 1 through 4 levels.
Well, go to the highest level they've got.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. But you only want to do that at the beginning. Once you get halfway through your food, you want to stop the acidic water.
Okay. Now, will the acidic water also stop, help prevent heartburn? Is that going to make more acid in your stomach so you don't have as much heartburn?
The smartest girl in class, Gay.
No, because I've been drinking strictly the alkaline water, and I discovered sometimes I'm experiencing more heartburn than I used to do. But I've been told that people who have cancer have a tendency to be too acidic.
Well, there's a difference between your stomach being acidic and your blood being acidic, okay?
Oh, okay.
When you get heartburn, it's because your stomach isn't acidic enough.
Oh, all right. So your suggestion about drinking the acidic water at the beginning of the meal should improve that situation.
Yeah, 100%, Gay. And that really, you're doing a fantastic job with your knowledge base here, Gay. You're like the smartest girl in all of New Hampshire right now.
Oh, I hardly think so. I only went through high school.
Well, it doesn't matter. Albert Einstein failed math, I think. Look, there's no problem here, Gay. We're out of time. I appreciate the call. Give that program a try. Call me back in 4 weeks with an update. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, thanks for listening today. Thanks for logging on today, April 10th, 2013. It's already April, and it sure doesn't feel like it here in the middle of the country, but I guess that's just the way that it goes. Remember, Dr. Glidden recommends you keep looking up. Just keep looking up. You're going to love what you see one of these days. Keep looking up. We're talking about a lot of stuff today, folks, and people seem to be getting the idea here, right? You can't keep a good man down, and the truth is like once you've experienced the truth, you're in its velvet grasp forever. 2 plus 2 is 4. It always has been 4, and it always will be 4, even in caveman days when they had no conceptual awareness of mathematics. 2 plus 2 was 4. And if you take the circumference of a circle and you divide it by the diameter, you get pi. You always have, you always will. Some things in life are immutable and never change. These things are referred to as truths. And the truth of the matter is that chronic diseases are not fixable with drugs. That is the fundamental truth. Chronic diseases, things like asthma, arthritis, type 2 diabetes, fibromyalgia, insomnia, heartburn, are not fixable by drugs. You can manage chronic disease with drugs and surgery, but you cannot fix them. This is our fundamental message, and this is like a great big realization for people, because people have become culturally inclined to believe that their medical doctor knows what's best for them. People don't even think about it. People don't even think about questioning their doctor. How on earth could I question my doctor, right? This is because of decades of watching MASH and Marcus Welby, MD, and Grey's Anatomy and House. And we've been enculturated to believe that the medical doctor really is the owner and emperor of the medical domain, that everybody else doesn't know what they're doing. And quite frankly, when it comes to chronic disease, the only person that doesn't know what they're doing is the MD. But as any cursory review of Central American politics or the rise and fall of the Roman Empire will quickly show you, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, the MDs have been in absolute power since the early 1900s in the United States. They are the owners of the legal domain of medicine. Naturopathic medicine, my profession, is only licensed and regulated in 16 states. The state of Illinois sued me for $5,000 because I used the word doctor on my website. They sued me for $5,000 because I used the word doctor on my website. We don't have a free medical market here. We haven't had a free medical market in the United States. I mean, maybe back in Benjamin Franklin's day we did. Dr. Benjamin Rush, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, said it best: unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize itself into a dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men and women and deny equal privileges to others, will constitute the Bastille of medical science. All such laws are un-American and despotic, and we need to put medical freedom into the Constitution the same way that we put religious freedom. How about that? That over 200 years ago from one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. But we didn't put medical freedom into the Constitution the same way we put religious freedom. We didn't. And because of that, the pharmaceutical industry and the MDs have monopolized the medical industry. And because they've monopolized the medical industry has become corrupted. And so we continue to go to the MD. We continue to pay the MDs more. We continue to pour more and more money, research money, into the dry well offered up, guarded by the MDs and their ridiculous, old-fashioned, outdated, dangerous methodologies regarding the pathogenesis and the treatment of chronic disease. They do not know what they're talking about when it comes to the treatment of chronic disease. They're very good at surgery when surgery is necessary. They're very good at trauma care. This is their domain. But for everything else, not only are their therapeutics completely ineffective, but they are the leading cause of bankruptcy and the leading cause of death. The truth of the matter is, if you're suffering with a chronic illness, the best possible option you have is to fire your MD and become a Youngevity member. Fire your MD now and join Youngevity. Let us drag you slowly, willingly into the light of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Check it out, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the Join Youngevity button, and I will see you around campus. Until we meet in person, I remain your steadfast advocate for health, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, Dr. Peter Glidden, over and out.